Howdy folks, I'm Big Anklevich and I used to be 300 pounds. I used to be a diabetic and I had all sorts of health problems, but I found the carnivore diet and I put those things behind me. I've lost 100 pounds and my diabetes is in remission along with most of the other ailments that I've ever had. So I'm feeling great. And what you're watching here is our carnivore challenge. Marsha Latham and I are supporting each other in our attempts to get more healthy, to lose weight and feel better. So let's head into the daily videos and see just what exactly is going on today here on Big Anklevich on Health. Okay, it is day 22 of the August Carnivore Challenge here in our hardcore summer. And what's going on today? Well, I'm not being so hardcore, I have to admit. First of all, yesterday I got 20,000 steps. But today I was unable to get out and get any walking done in the morning. Had an appointment early in the morning, and then when I got home it was raining like crazy. And so I just had to stay home and we'll have to see what I can get while I'm here at work. See if I can get my 10,000, keep at least my record going of getting that every day. I had a bowl of ground beef for my first meal in the morning, but then after going to that appointment, I was annoyed and everything had been kind of frustrating. And then the rain was crazy, and when the rain cleared up, I was driving past the grocery store and I was having a craving for, you know, those sausage patties that they put on like Egg McMuffins. I wanted something like that. So I stopped at the grocery store, I got some sausage, and that's what I ate. Not only that, and you can see here in the picture, I ate sausage and cheese. I usually don't eat that stuff. I'm not supposed to be eating that stuff. I'm supposed to be eating only ground beef for the rest of the month, which I said I was going to do, and I totally have not done. Yesterday I had cheese. Today I had more cheese and sausage, and I'm sure my weight's going to go up to where I'm never going to make it under 200 pounds and get to One-derland. I was sure I was going to get there before the month is out, but now I'm pretty sure I'm not, because how much longer do I have? On top of that, I'm kind of freaking out because I just accepted a position that's going to require me to change my schedule. I'm going to an early morning AM schedule. I have to be at work at 4 in the morning, which is the exact opposite of what I've been doing for 8 years. I've developed all my habits and everything that I do with that schedule, and so now it's turned on its head and I'm gonna have to figure out how to deal with it. When do I eat? How do I fast? When do I start fasting and when do I stop? All that kind of stuff. I'm gonna have to figure that out, and I'm freaking out. Plus the job's gonna be harder, and I'm freaking out about that a little bit too. I'm afraid that I'm gonna fail miserably. I guess we'll see how that goes. Come Monday, I'll be able to tell you how it went on my first day and what exactly I did when I ate. I'm thinking about still trying to keep the same schedule where I eat first thing in the morning, except that I'm planning on getting up and basically getting dressed and going straight to work. I'll take a shower in the evening instead of in the morning. So, you know, I'll have to maybe cook something for myself before I go to bed, or else maybe I can cook something that cooks really quick. Eggs are pretty good. Maybe I could eat that for breakfast every day. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm a little worried about it. Gotta figure it out. So we're gonna see how it goes. I got this weekend to kind of turn my schedule upside down. I'm gonna start trying to get up early and go to bed early so I can get flipped around, and then hopefully Monday I'll be able to deal with it and maybe I can deal with it better than I did today. All it was a little annoyance, and I'm like, I'm gonna go have some sausage patties. Okay, let's do better, because Monday's gonna be probably worse, and I need to not take it further. All right, let's go see what Marshall Latham's up to today.
Thanks, Big. Hey, carnivores. It's Marshall Latham here for day number 22 of August during the hardcore days of summer. I was at home today, and I haven't mentioned for the last couple days, I've been preparing another brisket in my roaster oven. And so one night, I think Wednesday night, I took it out and got it laid out on a cookie sheet, or, a big sheet pan. And I put the butt rub, that's the name of the seasoning that I'm putting on it. I ran out of that a little bit towards the end, because, it's a huge, this was a 16-pound brisket. And so I had to put another seasoning on there. And again, you don't have to put any seasoning on it. The seasoning that I'm using doesn't have any sugar. It's just kind of spices and stuff like that. You could just put a bunch of salt and pepper on it, maybe some garlic powder or something like that. But at least salt. You should at least, I think, rub salt into it and get that in there. I did cut off some of the fat. And anyway, I was thinking about doing a video. I took a bunch of pictures, and I was thinking about doing a video about how I go about cooking the brisket. So maybe I don't need to go into as much detail here, but so then I let it sit overnight, and then the next day I put it in the slow cooker, fat side up, and then I let it cook. So today was the day when it was going to be finished cooking. And so all day I was just waiting for the brisket, and my meat thermometer wasn't working. So I cooked it a little bit longer than I thought maybe it needed to be. And that's fine. That doesn't matter as far in the long run of things. It just cooks a little more. And, but anyway, so during the day, while I was waiting for the brisket, I did have some bacon and eggs in the morning. I had, I think, some hot dogs, 3 or 4 hot dogs, later on in the day. And then, yeah, around evening time, well, the other thing I learned last time I did the brisket is I need to let it sit longer after it's done cooking. And so I had to wait even longer before I started cutting it up. And then eventually I did start, I think I should have rested a little bit longer. It was still crumbly, not as clean and nice as people have when they're, I've watched videos on how to cut the brisket. And then it's always nice, neat slices that they do. And I'm never able to do that. But it doesn't matter. The meat tastes the same. So as I was cutting and putting it away, I was snacking on the brisket. And then I made myself a plate after I was done and ate a bunch of brisket. Man, it's so good, especially fresh, right as it's being cooked. It's fine reheated. It tastes good all the time. But man, that fresh brisket is so good. So juicy. Yeah, good stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a brisket week next week, which is fine. That's what I need to do. That's a good way to help me finish up the rest of this month. But yeah, we'll see how long it lasts. And but yeah, there was good stuff. I fortunately well, I can show you a picture here of the finished brisket before I started cutting it up. But that's it for me today. See you guys later.
Oh man, Marshall, am I jealous. Made some brisket. I wish I could have some brisket. I haven't quite made it to One-derland to reach that threshold where I'm allowed to. Of course, that threshold is just for me to go out to the barbecue joint and buy some brisket that they made, which I'm going to get way less. Yours is what, a 16-pound brisket? And what I would buy is just going to be 1 pound of brisket. And it'll cost me like 25 bucks or something to get that. But I'm sure you didn't pay that much per pound of your brisket, so you're getting the much better deal. I am jealous though, very much so. I gotta find myself a good deal on a brisket and maybe I can smoke it out there. That would be awesome. But yeah, awesome. Have a nice week eating that brisket all week long. Love it, Marshall. Way to go. That's one way to make carnivore really work. Cook yourself the really good stuff. It's easy to stay on carnivore when every meal is brisket, right? All right, folks, we'll see you next time on Big Anklevich on Health.